We're back for another installment of Questions Beyond the Court. I'm Mark Williams, and today I brought a special guest. She's going to tell you exactly who she is. She's a pretty good basketball player, but more importantly, she's a better person. Introduce yourself to our community.
Oh, hi, I'm Quincy. I'm from Beijing, China.
Okay.
And I'm a Wayne.
Okay. She gave you more information than we needed right now. We're going to get to that stuff, but we're going to ask some questions. We're going to go back and forth. First question that you have from you going to ask me first, or I'm going to ask you first?
Yes.
I'll ask you 1st. Okay. Being that you're from Beijing, China, what has been the biggest transition from playing basketball over there, first basketball, over there to where we are now in America? And then secondly, part two of that question, culturally, how has that been for you adapting to America and New York City in particular?
Oh yeah, it's a pretty hard transition, because the style of two countries is totally different. Like in China, we have less competition, and it's not as physical as we play in America. So I need to put more strength and conditioning, put them into work. And also culturally, they have totally different culture background, so I need to adapt to the American culture background. I need to talk to my teammates a lot and talk to my coaches and learn from them.
Now, in addition to basketball, the culture within the basketball world, outside on the street, how has it been as far as comparing China, Beijing, to, let's say, living in Lower East Side of Manhattan? Any differences?
On the street, especially the street ball, some of Beijing players learn kind of street balls from America, and they brought them back to China. So it's not totally familiar, it's similar, but it looks the same.
It looks the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of people from America going to China and doing different camps, so it definitely helps as far as basketball is concerned over there. All right, you're up. What you got?
All right. So you've been coaching a lot of college players and pros. What's the biggest difference between college players and our high school level players?
Great question, and I think that's one that needs to be answered a lot for people to understand. I think the biggest difference is once you get to college, you understand that every rep really matters. You have to go really hard on every rep. You have your coaches yelling at you, and your players, and not necessarily yelling at you, but inspiring and motivating you. Where you also have at the same time your players going hard, your teammates going hard also. In high school, you can get away with this just being good. You may not work as hard as you normally would or you expected to, but you're good, so coaches really aren't going to say too much to you. But on the collegiate level, everyone is good. And as you get to the NBA level or the professional level also, everyone is good. So you have to make every rep really count and go extremely hard each rep. You probably see it when after your session, when we do the college and the pros come in after you guys, and they go hard every rep, like they go hard, they're drenched, they're sweating. Whereas in high school, you go hard once, twice, but not every possession. I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the biggest difference. Okay. Well, that was a good question, actually. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. The second question. Wow, I had a lot of questions. Are you ready? So now, America is going through a lot of turmoil as far as race relations and things of that nature. And recently, Joe Biden signed a law. I think he put it in, it's a law regarding different hate crimes. Have you experienced anything like that? And if so, do you feel that that's obviously something that should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law?
Well, I haven't experienced that before, because I've always been around with diversity groups, and they're always nice to different races of people. But I heard about and my friend experienced about this before. There are also players, and sometimes they're their coaches have kind of sign for them. They will be Asian players should be like that. They have significant it define you as a race.
Right. And that's obviously wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, but I haven't experienced before.
Okay. Do you feel, second part of that question, do you feel, obviously you're going to say yes, but speak upon it more. Do you feel that type of attitude is not great for society? as a whole?
Yeah, I don't think that's a like really great. Like also for black people, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody should be equal in this. Like not even in US. It's also like about the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like the equality.
Yeah. Great answer. Okay. You're up. What you got for me?
Oh yeah. So, like during the recruiting process, what's the biggest things the college coaches are like looking for like from players?
In addition to being a great basketball player, I think one of the biggest things is character. What kind of person you are, because they're going to be with you maybe for a year straight, and they don't want somebody that's going to be pretty much an asshole throughout the whole time.
That's true.
So they want to be around people that are high character, great family structure. Obviously, some of those things are hard to come by, or hard to come by and make sure that everyone checks every box. But at least if you have a good character, a good basketball player, and you fit their role that they expect of you on the team, is very important. But to go back to being a good person, I think is something that coaches really look at, and particularly your support network, and your mom, your dad, your sister, your uncle. If you have people that are on board with the school, the college itself, those are things that coaches really look forward to, I think. And when speaking to coaches, they ask, well, is she a good person? Is he a good person? Is he an asshole? Is he act dumb at times? Whatever the case may be, they ask you those type of questions.
So what kind of spirit they're looking for, like leadership or something?
Well, everyone wants leadership. Every coaches want to be in a position where they can just trust their team, and everyone has displayed leadership qualities, which is going to help you moving forward in life. But initially, they're looking for somebody that's a leader, someone that's a support of a team. They rally the troops and get everyone involved. Someone that minds their business. Because a lot of teams can be talking a lot towards different people. And another thing which is really underestimated is just be a nice person. Like I can't stress that enough. People don't want to be around an asshole for 10 to 12 months. Like I get it. I'm around a kid for an hour and a half, and he gets on my nerves, or she gets on my nerves. Like I lose my mind. So I can imagine being with somebody throughout the whole year. Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna give you if you were to change anything in the world, let's say you have three wishes, and you can't ask for another wish, and then one of your wishes, all right? So, what are the three things that you would change, or the three wishes that you would have, as far as making changes?
Like for the whole world?
The whole world, yeah. Like this is the Q's world now.
The first one I think is like the environment. And because there's a lot of things going through the global this year, like the pandemic, but there's something good this year happened since human minus their how do I say that? People starting staying at home, and there's less people on the street. But we can clearly see that the whole environment became better than before. Also we talk about carbon dioxide in our chemistry or biology class. It really affects the whole planet. So I hope the environment could be better.
Okay. That's
my first wishes. And the second one, I think it's about races we talked about before. Like your questions, I hope the equality and equality can be achieved around the world, and everybody could be friends. There's no war, of course, peace. Yeah, that's my second wishes. And the third one, well, it's tough. The third one, I would say for LGBTQ people, I hope they can have their fully respected. They can be fully respected, and I hope the world can accept them, totally accept them and respect them one day.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do have friends like that. I understand their situations, their family against them, like the society against them. So I hope they could be fully respected one day.
Okay. So we have the environment, changing within the environment, racism, eradicating racism,
Yeah.
and address the LGBTQ as a plus sign on there too now.
Yeah.
And the plus sign, make everything equal across the board for everyone, especially them.
Yeah.
That's good shit right there. All right. Last question. What you got?
I want to ask about majors in college.
Okay.
Because like, there's a lot of majors like have the connection to sports and basketball. So do you have any recommendations for all the players, or maybe players for other sports to choose?
Yeah, it varies obviously depending upon if you're great in the medical field, interested in the medical field, or the math field, the sciences, whatever the case may be. But I think the biggest thing regarding majors is you have to project where you plan to be or see yourself in 4 to 5 years after graduation, or excuse me, once you graduate, I should say. And I'll be honest with you, despite you may want to go into accounting, you may want to go into sciences, chances are you're going to probably change your major anyway, or statistics prove that you're going to change your major at some point anyway. I think the biggest thing, I'm a product of the liberal arts world, so I was able to take this class, social studies, psychology, history, I studied geopolitics, I studied math, a little bit of accounting. I failed accounting. Accounting is hard as hell. So I studied a little bit of everything, and in my junior, senior years, I was able to identify what I wanted to go into because I had a taste for all of that stuff. So I think the biggest thing is find out who you are as a person first and foremost. And if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to sit and meticulously write down everything, maybe accounting or science is not your area. But if you're great at writing, obviously English would be something where you could do, literature would be something you could go into. So I would just find out who you are, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years, and then try to work, reverse engineer. That's a phrase. So you go from here and then work your way back. So it varies depending upon the person. So I really can't give you that, but an answer on exactly what major. But the biggest thing is find out who you are first. Follow-up question? You have a follow-up? All right, go. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna throw one in real quick for you. All right. Your favorite male athlete and your favorite female athlete of any sport.
Of any sport?
Yep.
I think my favorite male, they're both in basketball. So my favorite male's athlete is Kobe Bryant. Like the Mamba spirit, like it really influenced like our generation a lot. And also I'm so sorry for his death, and I've been crying all day that day. And the female athlete, I think is Sabrina, like the one playing for
The Liberty.
The Liberty, yeah. I've been watching her games since I was in Oregon. Just the way she played really influenced me, and it made me make the choice like I want to stay in U.S. Like I want to play her, and I want to be a player like her. Yeah.
Wow, those are pretty good ones. Yeah, I could definitely see Kobe. I didn't get on Sabrina until she was a senior at Oregon. So I was a Kelsey Plum fan before her. Kelsey was nice. So I now that she's with the Liberty, I'm obviously watching the Liberty games, and she's really killing. And it hurt them last year that she didn't play, so her ankle was messed up. Last one for me. What you got? Anything? You good? Okay, good. So we just concluded another episode of Questions Beyond the Court. Again, I'm Mark Williams, and you are? Tell the people who you are.
I'm Quincy.
Yeah, there you go. That's her. Bye. Bye.